And today is all about LinkedIn, which is one of the best platforms to kind of promote yourself and to get connections and to network. And today I want to share with you a bit about the benefits I've gotten from the LinkedIn platform. I've been on the free platform for years. I'm not on the paid platform. We'll talk about that, whether it's needed or not. But it also takes a lot of hard work, but it's so worth it, whether it's for your business from a marketing point of view, or you yourself promoting your profile and the work you do. Our agenda today, we're going to, as I said in the beginning, we're going to just skim the surface around your LinkedIn profile. A lot of what I'm going to talk about today is your personal LinkedIn profile. Hopefully some of it is relevant to a business profile, but most of it is about you, your brand. Who are you? What do you want to be known for? Your headline and summary. What should your profile look like? Showcasing your work. I mean, what do you do? Do you record videos? Do you post articles? What is that strategy around content? How do you build your network around your LinkedIn connections? How do you leverage opportunities? And then we're going to end off with a call to action and some final thoughts, and hopefully that will inspire you. But in the few minutes we have, there's so much that I can share that I don't have time for, but I want to inspire you to take some of the hopefully golden nuggets that I'm sharing, research, read it, Google it, ChatGPT it, figure out how to build your own LinkedIn strategy, your own LinkedIn profile, but use some of the principles that I'm going to share with you today. Now, what you're seeing on the screen at the moment is true for a CV or a resume as well. When you send your CV to a potential employer or an employment agency, statistics and research shows that people spend about 6 seconds on average viewing your profile before they decide they're going to spend the time to read the rest of it. I've recruited a lot of people over my career. Our CVs are normally sucking, busy, full of words, ugly to look at, not appealing. And that applies to our LinkedIn profiles as well. A lot of the profiles I view every day don't even have a picture or a proper picture, not a proper byline or headline or summary. And I've got about 10 to 15 LinkedIn requests daily. And if the immediate few seconds of viewing that profile doesn't make sense to me, I discard it. So the question I have for all of you on the webinar today is your profile worth the 6 seconds? And will it ignite people to look at the rest of it? 6 seconds. Always remember that. What is that profile when it pops up onto the screen? What does it look like? The picture, the headline, the byline, the summary, the things you're sharing? Or are you wasting people's time? Even if you're not, the perception might be that you are wasting time. Now, over the last few years, and I've been on LinkedIn, and as I've said, the free version, because the paid for version for me is not worth it. The money is not worth it. But if you know how to work it, the free version is incredible. Most of my employment opportunities over the last 10 years, and most of the speaking opportunities, paid for speaking opportunities I've had over the last 3 or 4 years have been through LinkedIn connections. It takes a lot of hard work, but it is absolutely worth it. So it depends on your ambition and what you want to achieve for your career and for your organization. But the advantages are definitely out there. There are millions of people on LinkedIn, and we're going to look at some of the statistics shortly. But if you work the system, if you understand the algorithms, if you know how to post, when to post, what to tag, what to hashtag, you can get a lot of traction and a lot of attention on your profile or your business's profile. For me, it's been hugely benefit. I think, I do about 2 to 3 conference events a week, and easily 2/3 of those are through LinkedIn and LinkedIn contacts. It's definitely been worth my while. Now look at some of these statistics. And this is 2025, so recent. 1.1 billion people on LinkedIn. 310 million monthly active users. Now, I couldn't find the statistics for Africa or South Africa, but in my experience, it's significant because of the kind of work I've achieved through it. 65 million business decision makers, 10 million C-suite or C-level executives. 78% of users consume content on LinkedIn to keep up to date with industry news. I do the same. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I've got a number of channels that I follow, especially in the field of AI, where I focus, or digital transformation or automation. Most of what I get and what I learn from is through LinkedIn posts, the people I follow, the LinkedIn newsletters I follow. It is an incredible way to keep up to date. But then the question to me and to you is, what are we producing? Are we just reposting things? And that's not bad. It's a good start. When you find an interesting article relevant to your field of interest, to repost it, but with a few comments, because you don't want to be an echo, you want to be a voice. But do you also produce your own content? And yeah, I'm not talking about a 6 or 8 or 900 word article. It could be a 200 word article. And you can use ChatGPT and Gemini and Grok and all those other platforms to help you. But people start following you, and this is my experience. The more you put content out there, short little videos, short little posts, short little reposts, if they start seeing you as a thought leader in your field, irrespective of your level of seniority or your level of experience, they start following you. And remember, we all have something to give back, irrespective of how young any of us are, or how experienced we are or not. There are things we've learned, there are things we're learning that we can give to the community. And it's very daunting. I spoke about this last week in our previous webinar. I'll speak about it again in the next one. It's daunting to put your view out there, because what if people don't like it? What if you're wrong? What if it's irrelevant? No, put yourself out there, 200 words, 100 words. That's pretty much a paragraph. Start, even if it's once a week, even if it's once a month, the things you've learned, the things you're passionate about, the things that you think will help other people, start putting it out there, and it'll grow your following. Now, this is a very busy slide, and the slides and the video will be shared after this event. It's important to understand the algorithms that drive LinkedIn, and I'm not going to go through all of these points, but just to highlight some: relevance, expertise, and thought leadership, as I've mentioned already. Native content. So here's an interesting trick. If you produce a video that you load onto YouTube, or if there's a YouTube video that you really like and you want to reshare, the LinkedIn algorithms don't like it when you share something outside of the platform, like a LinkedIn video or a TikTok video or something like that. So I typically would take, if I make a video, a 30 seconds video, for instance, I will load it onto YouTube because I've got quite a lot of followers there. But I will also upload the original video, the MP4, into my LinkedIn post with my comments, because it does tend to put me more at the top of the list that people see than when I put it as a YouTube post. Downloading YouTube is tricky. There's some interesting platforms. There's one that I use called Y2Mate. The problem with that platform is there's a lot of pop-ups and ads, but it's a way, and it's one of many, to download a YouTube video. So you might find a talk of somebody very interesting. Try and download it. Obviously, when you post it, attribute the original source, the original person. It's just ethical to do it. But if you put original content on, whether it's a downloaded video or not, it's going to get you a lot more traction than just copying and pasting a link to a social media post or to a YouTube post. Focus on the community that you are in. What kind of industry are they in? What are the things that they are interested in? Make sure your posts, your hashtags, and your ads, the people you connect with when you post, are relevant to that community. You can't be a one-size-fits-all kind of person. Be very focused on the things you are posting. Engagement over virality. What an interesting word. You can't just spit and paste content. It has to be incredibly focused. You have to think about it. You have to plan it. You have to think about the person on the other side of the screen. When that post pops up, what will grab their attention? What are those first few words in your post that will make them think, oh, this seems interesting? Because remember, people who are on LinkedIn a lot, like I am, every day, there are hundreds, if not thousands of posts that I'm scrolling through. What is the post that will make me go, wow, I want to check this link? Certain keywords, certain hashtags. Yeah, I do use large language models like ChatGPT and Gemini and others to help me. So I'll, for instance, prompt and say, here's the idea I want to put out there, but I want to make sure it's gripping to a LinkedIn audience in this specific industry. Give me the key phrases in my post that will grab attention. Now and then, I don't think the results I get from a ChatGPT or others are very good, but more often than not, it is amazing. And then I put those kind of descriptions in my post. So my whole post is not about ChatGPT. I'm just asking it based on the content I want to post or the kind of opinion I want to put out there to give me a gripping headline to increase people viewing what I'm saying. This slide speaks for it all. If you're lazy and if you don't have time, it's not going to work for you. Now, laziness is one thing. Not having time is another. Life is busy. Work is crazy, especially if you have kids and school runs and a partner and the craziness of life. But if you want to be successful on LinkedIn, and if you want to be successful in putting yourself out there, it's going to take planning and it's going to take hard work. Even if you say on Sundays, I'm going to spend 1 hour planning my posts for the week. Even if it's 2 or 3 posts or 5 posts, it's a good start. It's not going to happen by itself. You can't just now and then when you feel like it, repost something or put a link of a newsletter or an interesting news article in there. You have to be strategic regarding what you want to achieve for your profile. What do you want to be known for? What do you want the people that's seeing your posts to think the moment they click on it? It is hard work, not that hard. And once you get into the groove and you get some experience, it is easier. As I say, if you use ChatGPT and other models to help you frame some of your posts, it does help a lot. But no matter what AI model you use, it will take work, and it will take planning, and it will take time. So if you're serious about LinkedIn, you're going to have to spend at least 1 hour a week, if not more, to plan your posts. Look at interesting news articles relevant to what you want to be involved in that you've seen over the week. I've got my own little Google Drive folder where I start every week. I post interesting things that I've seen on my phone or on my laptop. And then once a week, I just digest it a bit. I look at what's interesting. What do I want to reshare? What's going to help my community? And then I start planning my posts over the weeks. And you can also schedule your posts, which I'll show you shortly. So here's just some of my LinkedIn stats. So, and again, I'm just trying. I've been trying for a decade now, and I've been doing okay. I'm sure there are thousands of people who have better stats than me, but just to give an idea. So 28,000 odd followers. That's not too bad, which means that every time I post something, there's a potential for 28,000 people to see and repost it. Now, statistically, it's probably 10% of them. 2,800 people, that's not bad. But if you work your system, if you work your profile, look at my background picture, look at my profile picture, look at my headline, I constantly change it and get it better. So keep on changing it. Make sure that when people, remember that 6 seconds thing I shared a few moments ago? When they open your profile, is this a profile they want to look at? Mine is far from perfect. I need to keep on getting better at it, but it's a good start. So use this profile. Make sure you've got a good picture, a good background picture. Make sure that you've got a great headline there in the beginning. For instance, don't just say, helping people. I'm here to solve your problems. And again, use ChatGPT and other platforms to help you frame it. Ultimately, when people look at your profile, The same is when they look at your CV, and the same is when they look at your proposal. They think about one thing only. What will I get out of it? So if I engage with you on LinkedIn, what will I get out of it? Are you interesting? Do you have a great picture? Do you look intelligent? Is your byline something that, I can maybe learn from you? What is it that will make me interested in following you? I've also got a LinkedIn newsletter, but I also have an email newsletter, currently 8,800 or so subscribers. So it's different than followers. The followers will probably not many. As I said, about 10% might see my posts. But when they subscribe to your LinkedIn newsletter, which is a great way of promoting your videos, your articles, your speaking, your writing, and so forth. Because when you post something on LinkedIn newsletter, not only does it go onto LinkedIn, it also goes into the inbox of the email address that subscribed to it. I actually get a lot more traction on the things I want to do through LinkedIn newsletters than through just posting on the platform. There are a lot of principles when you go to LinkedIn. I mean, when you just open it and you click on posting something, you'll see in the bottom there's a number of icons. The one on the right is an article. But then make sure that you use the right pictures. I use Canva, canva.com. It's a free platform to make the right kind of pictures, whether it's square like you see here. And then for every LinkedIn newsletter, there's a specific dimension. There's a picture for it. And platforms like Canva and others can help you create a gripping picture and a gripping headline when you're going to post that article. And also remember, people don't have a lot of time. So 600 words, which is typically a 4 to 5 minute read, is the maximum, I think. So even if it's 200 words, maybe embed a great article from another source or a great video. But try and send out a newsletter once a week, or at the worst, once a month. You will get a lot of traction for your business and for your personal profile through LinkedIn newsletters, because again, it lands in people's email inboxes, not just on LinkedIn. And then when you look at your LinkedIn statistics, and there's various ways of doing it, but just mine, I took it yesterday. So locations, about 30% of people are in Johannesburg, 5% Cape Town. Now, I would love to, given the work that I'm doing, to increase the Cape Town number, and I need to look at strategies to doing it. I'm not really too worried about Bangalore or India or those areas. The seniority, 41%, very senior. That's not too bad, but I'd love to increase that so I can plan my posts and my strategy around that. Industries, IT services, consulting, software development. Financial services and banking is where I do most of my work. But look there, only 8%, only 5%. I need to find a strategy, and I'm working on it, to increase through my posts and through my hashtags and my reshares to get that percentage, financial services and banking, which is my target client base, increased. But the point I'm making here is that you can every day or every week or every month look at the statistics of your followers and your posts, and then look at strategies to change some of these statistics. Now, on LinkedIn, you can plan your posts. So on the left here, you can see where I've highlighted in that red block. When you draft a post and you click on that little clock sign, you can actually schedule it to go out later. I use this a lot because I would sometimes have a lot of like short videos, like 30-second videos, like your YouTube short kind of videos, or other articles. But I don't want to actually every day, 15 times a day, post it. On the weekends, I'll typically say, these are the 30 things I want to post next week. And then I'll use the scheduling application to buffer it. And that's like, so every 3 hours or every 2 days, I'll put up a new post. The one you see on the right is buffer.com. I've used it a lot over the years. It's about $14 a month, the paid for version. Where Buffer is great if you want to work across multiple social media platforms. So you can put in your company LinkedIn, your Twitter or X, various platforms that you use. The benefit of this is you can put a post up once and schedule it across all the platforms. So if you're using multiple social media platforms as a business or in your personal capacity, Buffer is a fantastic way to do it. I've stopped using Buffer because my focus has really been on LinkedIn. So I'm using the LinkedIn platform to schedule my posts. But if you find that a lot of your potential customers are using Twitter and other platforms, Instagram and so forth, really look at using Buffer, because the ease of use, because you post it literally once and it distributes it across all your platforms according to your schedule, is really a great way of doing it. Now, do you pay for LinkedIn or not? About 1,800 rands a month. I've used it before, but quite a few years ago. There are some benefits. For instance, if somebody viewed your LinkedIn, typically if you click on the thing and it'll only show you the first 5 people, not the rest. Some businesses might find benefit in doing it. But for me personally, and as I said earlier, I get most of my gigs out of LinkedIn, but the free version. Personally, I don't find this money worth it. But if you're running a business on LinkedIn, it might be different, because you get a lot more insights into who's your target clients, who's viewing your profile and the like. But if it's just for you and your personal profile, my advice is, I don't think it's worth it. Use the free version, do the best you can, because it's more than worth it. So just a few notes before we get to Q&A. Your headline and summary. When you look at your LinkedIn profile, like I said earlier, use a good picture. We can do a lot of good pictures through our mobile phones, but if you really want to, spend 600 or 800 rands and get a photographer to take a few really great kind of pictures of your face, because you can use those pictures for many things in the future, your own social media, your own website, your own platforms. But have a great picture, have a compelling headline. The headline is all about, what will I get out of it as the viewer? So when your headline says thought leadership, doesn't mean anything to me. AI expert, marketing expert, so what? But format it in a way of, I can help you too. In other words, what's that achievement? What's that thing I will get out of connecting with you and speaking with you on the platform or on email? A summary, and that summary is limited. I can't remember. I think it might be 300 words. And again, here, ChatGPT and those platforms can help you. Hard hitting, to the point. So here's my headline. It's gripping. It catches attention. A bit more information in the summary that is really to the point. Don't make it too salesy. People don't like to be sold to. Let them feel connected with you, that you have something you can help them with. Not selling, even though we are selling. But I don't want you to sell to me, but I want to connect with you, because by following your LinkedIn profile and your posts now and then, I will get something out of it that will help my career. Make sure to frame that summary in that way. Keywords, and again, here you can use a number of platforms to help you depending on your focus area. Certain keywords in your profile, in your headline, that will grab attention. Focus on those things. Use ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, and those platforms, Lambda, or whatever you use, to define those keywords, because the algorithms like those keywords. Your achievements, your career highlights. Now, look, your LinkedIn profile is not a copy of your CV. If you look at my profile, because my CV is quite long, although the one I would send to somebody is about 2 pages long, summarized. So don't put like August 7th till October 5th, company X, and then I need to scroll down and down and down and down and all this stuff. Keep it summarized. It's not a CV. But like with the CV, your LinkedIn profile is about what you can give and your performance and your achievements. I don't care whether you were lead of the marketing or the sales team from date X to date Y, or that you travel all over the world and you worked in Abu Dhabi and in New York. I don't give a crap. All I'm trying to find is, what can you mean to me? So when you have your career highlights, focus it on, what can you give me because of your experience? Your career highlights is, you have experience, which means you can help me. And for that help, I will pay you. That's how you gain customers. Keep your profile and your career summary short and to the point. A CV will never sell you like a face-to-face interview, and LinkedIn will never sell you like a face-to-face client engagement. Authentic, professional, aligned with your brand. Authenticity, We all have what I call a bullshit filter. And we all experience this when people try and sell you stuff and you just pick up, you just feel it. I'm not sure if I can trust you. It's not authentic. And again, all of these keywords on these slides, you can put into a ChatGPT kind of platform and say, use words that are authentic, professional, aligned with my brand. And by the way, here's my brand. Keep it short and to the point. The thing I want to achieve is this. Draft the words that I can use on my LinkedIn profile accordingly, and you will see some incredible things come through there. In showcasing your work, short and to the point. Projects, case studies, achievements. It's all about, remember that viewer, what can they get out of you? So your project or your case study, your achievement is about not how good you are. It's not about 55 pages. It's about the viewer and what he and she will immediately in that 6 seconds think, you can help me. What did you achieve? What are the things you can offer? Upload media. So I often do this. Slides of my talks, my articles, things that I've written. And even if you don't have it yet, start thinking about that. Start uploading things because, again, those native uploads that you upload directly into LinkedIn gets a lot more algorithmic attention than copying and pasting a link from another platform. I'm not going to go through all the points on this slide. LinkedIn's featured section is a very good. You'll see if you click on view your profile and you scroll down, you can feature certain posts. And often when people look at your profile, they'll obviously see your picture, your headline, they'll see the summary, but then they'll see the key things you've posted recently, which are these featured section items. Up when you've posted something that's great, or reposted something that's great, add it to your featured section because it pops up immediately and it gets you a lot of credibility and attention. So a bit about strategy and content. And again, remember hard work and planning. Share valuable insights. Remember, you have something to share. We both, all of us, have a lot to learn. But no matter how young you are or how experienced you are, you have things that you've learned. You have insights. Even if it's about your experience about how things have gone wrong, how leadership can go wrong, how women are not treated in the right way, or whatever it is, you have insights to share. You don't have to write a PhD thesis. You don't have to write a book. But in 1 or 2 paragraphs, you can put something out there that will help people through what you've learned. So when it comes to your articles or your posts, what are those authentic things that can help people? Mix of personal storytelling, industry knowledge, both are good. And don't just lean on one or the other. Tell your story. I have seen that. I have experienced that. I really disagree with. Those are personal stories. They are important. And then industry knowledge is a bit more neutral, if you would. Article you've seen, article you want to repost. But you can't just do one or the other. Mix it up. Yeah, so in my case, I work in AI. Here's a great article on a new platform that ChatGPT launched. I want to investigate it. What do you guys think? Next article, I looked at this platform. I struggled with these 3 things. I'm not sure if it's really that good. It's my personal experience. Ignite conversation, ignite comments. And sometimes the comments are not always good. LinkedIn is pretty good in my experience about regulating comments like hate speech and the like. And you can block people who post stupid things. But even if you get respectful disagreements, people who post things that you might not have thought about yet, ignite and invite people to contribute. So a great post is, I looked at this new platform. My 3 main takeaways are X, Y, Z. I'm still not sure if I want to pay for it. What do you think? And get people to contribute to it. Because again, like with YouTube and other platforms, the more people repost, reply, comment, the more the algorithms see this as an important post. So invite comments, knowing that some of them might not be ones that you might like. Trending topics, again, in your area of expertise, and yeah, you can use Google and other platforms. What are the things, like in Jan and Feb, especially in Jan, in AI, the biggest talking point was DeepSeek, China's DeepSeek platform. So anything you hashtagged DeepSeek, anything you reposted on DeepSeek got a lot of attention. That attention has died down a bit. Now, what is it now? It's now more quantum computing and a few other things. OpenAI is, I think it's GTP 4.3. So in my area of focus, keep on reading articles, keep on what are the trending things? Comment on those things, hashtag those things, repost those things, stay current on what's happening, because it takes a month or two and it's over. And then there's a new topic. Post consistently. This comes back to the hard work I mentioned earlier. Tell yourself you're going to, even if you start with 1 or 2 posts a week, spend an hour on a Saturday or Sunday, plan it, schedule it, because like I said, you can schedule it. What are the things you want to do? But if you don't do it, before you know, it is 6 weeks later and you haven't posted anything. Put a little reminder in your diary. 2 hours. Plan LinkedIn posts. Keep on posting. Consistency is very important. LinkedIn is, of course, great for network building. Make sure that when you send that personal request, that second point here, when you want to connect with somebody, often you can just connect without sending a little note, and that note is limited. I think it might be 200 or so words. I might be wrong. But you can just connect with somebody. And remember, when they see your request, they're going to quickly look at your profile, 6 seconds, and they're going to decide yeah or no. But if you're really serious about connecting with certain key people you want to connect with, put in a one-liner, something like, I really enjoy your work. I enjoy the things you're posting. I'd love to follow you and connect with you. People love compliments. Make sure it's authentic. Make sure it's relevant to why you want to connect with them. Some people might not respond to it. Most people will. Make sure it's personalized and relevant. And putting a personalized message in every connection request is, again, hard work, but it's absolutely worth it. And again, I'm not going to go through all of these things. LinkedIn groups are great. There are so many great groups. Find groups relevant to your area of focus and then join those groups and then start posting on that group so that people start getting to know you for the work you do, the interests you have, the concerns you have, and the like. Now, LinkedIn events is a big topic. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but if you have an event, whether it's in person or online, and it might not be on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn does have a very impressive kind of virtual meeting platform. But if you have a Zoom event or any of these other platforms or an in-person event, promoting it on LinkedIn as an event is a great way of doing it. But that's a topic that you're going to have to research a bit if it's of interest to you. Let's have a look here. Attract recruiters. Now, my experience is a lot of recruiters on LinkedIn have just been wasting my time because, again, they search for certain keywords. I can see in their message, they haven't even looked at my profile. They're just throwing mud at the wall and hope I might respond. So also be careful. If you're in the market and you're looking for a new job, LinkedIn can give you a lot of opportunities like it's given me over the years. But be very careful with just responding to every recruiter because they are trying to get as many hits as they can get. But if you want to recruit for your company, LinkedIn recruiting is a fantastic platform to use. But then don't be like the recruiters, in my experience. Be very specific on who you're going to contact, what kind of messaging, and the LinkedIn algorithms on LinkedIn recruiting can help you a lot there. Seeking your availability, you'll see on a lot of LinkedIn profiles, there's a section that says open to. Or even if you just put it in your kind of headline, what are you open to? New opportunities, new engagements, new speaking opportunities, new writing collaborative opportunities, or new thought leadership, or just sharing ideas on topic X, Y, Z. Put that into your profile, open to work, providing services and the like. Position yourself as an expert. Again, you might not be a super expert, like a PhD with 50 years, but you do know stuff. And there are things that you are an expert on, even though you're still learning. Position yourself in that way. And just before we end and quickly look in the next few minutes about some Q&A and comments, audit and update your profile regularly because things change. Your expertise grows. You might start working in a new gig. Don't wait a few months before you update your profile. Keep it updated. Look at it once a month at least. Is there something you can add? Are there certain new keywords that you learn new things? Do you have new skills? Hard work, absolutely worthwhile. Post content as a thought leader, expand your network, look for relevant professionals. Look at the LinkedIn search capabilities, even on the free platform. And there's a number of great YouTube videos if you look at it. What kind of keywords can you use to find people in a certain industry, a certain geography, or a certain company that you want to connect with? Those search options are really incredible. Ultimately, at the end here, take control of your LinkedIn profile. Put in the hard work. The benefits is absolutely worth it. And before we end off, it's a digital presence. It's not just an online profile. It's not just your CV. It's not just 500 words of reading about you. Consistency, hard work. It depends on how you position yourself. What is your brand? What is your unique abilities that you can give? Keep on networking strategically. It's noisy. Millions of people on these platforms. What can you do to stand out? And